Hi there. Hi, she's unstoppable agent. Hi, those of you who are following me on my business page. And now I'm on with Girls Guide as well. Let me see if I can take that off. Sorry, Girls Guide. I'm trying to figure this out. All right. How are you doing this New Year's Eve? Not ideal, but we'll make it work. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Kim. All right, listen, let me just explain what's going on. This is She's an Unstoppable Agent. Now, you guys, I'm going to be looking this way most of the time because I originated the weekly mini trainings on my Jan Copeland page. And so that's where I'm going to do it. And so that's where I'm going to be kind of focused. But everybody is super important to me. And I'm so excited to be with you because I have an amazing amount of information to share. So, Girls Guide ladies, if you are with me on the Girls Guide, you'll want to jump over to either Jan Copeland, my business page, or She's an Unstoppable Agent, because moving forward, I will be going live every Tuesday at this time over there. So let me see, Michelle, Marquetta, Terry, Monica, how are you ladies? Hi, Yolanda. Right. Listen, you know what? Do you realize, and I'm a little early, but I'm going to go ahead. Who is wild about Chick-fil-A? Like on Sunday, I'm like, oh no, Chick-fil-A is not open. Anybody? I'm all about Chick-fil-A. All right, Jennifer, Brenda, how you doing? Happy New Year's Eve. Let me put this down a little bit. There we go. See how that works. All right. Hi, Angela, Lori. So did you know that you are one decision away from a completely different life? Do you know that? You are one decision away from a completely different life. Do you believe that? As a coach, I believe it. I've seen it. I was once $90-some thousand in credit card debt. Well, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't all credit cards. But it was debt nonetheless. And it was daunting and it was scary. And guess what? That is when I got into real estate. Can you believe that? And I remember going to my husband and I was talking about how I wanted to invest in myself through coaching and through, oh, thanks, Monica, through, getting some leads and things like that. And he was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I go, no worries. Guess what? I paid off both of my oldest kids' college cash, praise the Lord. And I'm living a completely different life now. So happy New Year from the beach, Brenda. My goodness, I wish. So I just want to let you know that no matter where you are one decision away from a completely different life. And what better time than right now at New Year's Eve to discuss that, okay? So anything is possible. And once you believe that and take action, right? Because it's one thing to say, I want a different life, but it's quite another to actually enact that different life. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Jewel Chin, Annette. So once you believe that and take action, everything changes. And I just want to acknowledge that, I keep getting on my thing. I just want to acknowledge that, you may have suffered a loss of a family member. You may have gotten divorced or been going through a divorce for years, or sickness. And I just want to let you know that leave that in that year, in 2019. My father died in 2008, and there was a whole heck of a lot of negative, horrible things that happened to our whole family in 2008. And I remember New Year's Eve 2008, when it was going to be 2009, and my sisters and brothers, and we're all like, thank God 2008's over. Let's just move forward. So I just want to encourage you if that's you. So as you are joining me, hi, Shimei, Rachel, Tina, if you guys could please go ahead and tell me what you're doing tonight. Please just say home or out. Home or out. real easy, home or out. For me, we are staying home. Those days of going out really are kind of over. Although if you're on my Instagram, I'm going to be posting some more dancing that we did when Judy, my twin sister, was in town. So that was a lot of fun. All right, home. Jennifer staying home. How about anybody else? Hi, Marissa. Hi, Barbara, Laura. Andrea staying home. Anybody going out? Anyone going to a party? All right, here we go. We're going to get started. 12:01. You know, the 1920s. Oh, Nicole's staying home. Pier 39 tomorrow. We celebrate New Year's Day. That's awesome. We're going out tonight for dinner and then church to bring in the new year. Oh, that's cool, Elvita. Hi, Connie. My friend Connie from many years ago. Okay. So you know how the 1920s were known as the Roaring 20s, right? A lot of fun, Roaring 20s. Well, guess what? The 2020s, this decade, I'm going to call it the Unstoppable 20s. Okay. And if you're with me, then let's just commit to this, that we're going to be unstoppable in this, not just new year, but in the decade, because I'm tired, did you know that women are 4 times as likely than men to get depressed and sad? So we really need to guard what we do and stay positive. Absolutely. Lucy says she's going out, but at my friend's home. So kind of both. Chill night in with the girls. That's fun, Lucy. So let's be unstoppable in 2020 and let's bounce back. Let's be resilient because we have a choice, right? We can wallow in the horribleness if 2019 was a bad year for you, or we can say, okay, we're going to, I picture like a broom and we're going to sweep it to the left and make room for what's happening next. All right. So here we go. I do want to share with you before I get into the meat, and you're going to love this meat, okay, of part 2. Hi, Abby. Hi, Jennifer. Is that Monday I'm launching, and I have, I think, 40 some women already with me, but I don't want any of you to miss out on this, okay? So I'm launching the group coaching, okay, 8 weeks to becoming an unstoppable agent. Hi, Bonnie. So it's a powerful interactive time of group coaching where I guarantee that you're going to stand out from the crowd, you're going to make money, and have a higher impact on your community, all right? And there's 8 weeks, 8 sessions. I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to be covering. And I want to let you know that if some of you say, hey, I already have plans, because it's going to be every Monday for the next 8 weeks, starting this coming Monday, January 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. But if you can't make it, don't let that be an excuse, right? I said that you're one decision away from a completely different life if you make that choice. So we're going to have everything recorded so you can watch it whenever it's convenient for you. But week 1 is mindset and money blocks, because believe it or not, your mind is the reason that you're not where you want to be. All right. And the way you view money. So it's goodbye to overwhelm, goodbye to procrastination, hello to confidence. Who wants more confidence? Give me some love if you want more confidence. Okay. Women. You know why I focus on women? Because when men are 20% ready with an idea, they will implement and go and take action. Women have to be 80 to 85% ready before we go. Ladies, that can't continue. We have to learn how to take action. So the mindset and money blocks is week 1. So I'm covering that on Monday. Week 2, lead gen just for us girls. Lead gen just for us girls. Once you get this, what I'm going to be teaching and coaching you on, that it changes everything for you. All right. And I know Lori Patch is on here. I don't know which group she's on, but Lori Patch is a client from a past group coaching, and her life and business have changed immensely. Week 3, building your trustworthy and killer brand. Okay. Why do I say trustworthy? You'll find out. You'll find out. You need to build your trustworthy killer brand. Your uniqueness is your brand. Most women see themselves as boring and having like no brand at all, no reason for people to think that they're any different. You will leave knowing what your brand is. We're going to figure it out together because we're going to meet Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific for teaching and coaching. And then we're going to meet again Thursday every week for the next 8 weeks at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for live Q&A. So we're all going to help each other. So week 3, building a trustworthy and killer brand. Week 4, winning conversations, AKA scripts, overcoming objections, the email and text templates. So you'll have what you need for situations as templates to use. And making work fun again, which increases confidence when you're not all worked up about, what am I saying or what aren't I supposed to say, right? Oh, thanks, Amber. You're sweet. Happy New Year. Hi, Sheila, Rashandra, Amber. Who else is with us? Yolanda, Carol, Brandy, staying home with family, Shimei, Tina, Jen, Ruthie, Vanessa, and Mary. Great. All right, ladies. Sorry, I want to say hi as you come on, but it's kind of difficult. Hi, Katie. Okay, so week 5 is buyer focus. And listen to what we're going to cover here. Show fewer houses, okay? You're going to close more deals, because I'm going to teach you how to do that, and a winning buyer packet and a winning buyer checklist. You're going to leave and have it. Week 6, seller focus. Get sellers to agree to your list price. Ding, ding, ding. Do you know how many of my clients say to me, I don't think I want to be a listing queen because my sellers are difficult for me. And then I dig a little deeper and I find out that they accepted the seller's requested list price. And that's overpriced. And they didn't listen to my client's suggestions. And so you're sitting on an overpriced, ugly listing and it's pure hell for you. That's not going to happen anymore because you'll have a great listing presentation, a seller checklist, and you will learn how to get your seller to agree to your price. All right. Week 7, how to own your calendar, time management. Funny thing is, ladies, we got into this business and maybe we left corporate or we left the 9-to-5 or we left whatever job we had because we thought, oh yeah, I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur. I am going to, make good money and I'm in charge of my own schedule. But then 100% of my clients say, I don't know what the heck to do every day. I'm like, wait, and this is 100%. I've never had a client come to me and say, I know exactly what I'm doing today. I know exactly what I'm doing every day when I wake up. Never happens. All right, so we're definitely digging in on week 7 on that. 5 steps to using your phone to maximize time efficiency as well, which could be game changers. Week 8, how to save deals and wrap up. No more deals falling through the cracks because I have to tell you, spoiler alert to the negative, if you have a lot of deals falling apart, it's probably your fault. Or if it's not your fault 100%, you're contributing to the reason. So be excited to learn, okay? And we still have some, I'm just opening it up to you guys for the last chance. I'm putting it 50% off, so everybody has an opportunity. It's $249 this month, $249 next month, okay? So we're almost in January, so it'll be now and then late January. And then if you want to just pay it, one-time pay, it's $450. But I really, you get the accountability, the group, we have a Facebook group. And actually, Lori, if you're still on here, here's what Lori said. Oh my gosh, it feels so great to have a game plan and finally feel like I'm in control of my business. And she said, it's awesome to be closing deal after deal, unlike last year. So that is a testimonial. And if you go, and I'll put it in there, if you go to coachjancopeland.com/hybrid-group-coaching, I'll put it in here when I'm done. And there's 2 bonuses if you register today. Number 1, I'm going to give you an online review, an assessment of your online presence, because I have to say, so many of you, I can't even tell you're an agent on your Facebook. And I'm like, wait, I don't understand. You don't want to be a secret, right? Even if you just want to do 4 deals a year, why keep it a secret? I don't get it. So I want to make sure you look amazing online. So I'm going to give you that as a bonus, okay? And then the second bonus is a biz planning session on Friday, January 10th. And this is briefly how to plan for 2020 if you haven't done it already. And even if you have and you're not really sure and you feel like you need this big business plan, one page will do it, okay? Because I'm about simplicity, ladies, and clarity, and not craziness. All right, so you get the weekly training and coaching, weekly Q&A, Facebook community, and the bonuses. It's crazy amazing. And if you don't, if you're not sure, if you have any questions, let me know. But if you're not sure, just think about this. Where do you want to be this time next year? Do you want to be having had a more successful year in business and in life? Because quite frankly, let's face facts. When you're doing well in business, you're going to feel great about the rest of your life, right? All right, so here we are with buyers. I'm so excited to share with you. Ada, Kelly, Dana, Jamaica, Amanda, let's see who else. Elaine, Cassidy, and let's see who's over here. That's it. Okay. All right. Last time we talked about the buyer consult and the importance. If you have not seen it, go to my business page, Jan Copeland, go to videos and watch it. It was amazing. And when I got finished, I got so many Facebook messages on, wow, people never thought of it that way. They never facilitated or worked with a buyer prospect that way. So it's really, really good. Business changing, okay? I had the #1 team in my market, and this is what I'm teaching is how we did it, using a buyer intake form to hold them accountable, establishing their must-haves versus their wants, and doing so through once you meet with them and you go through the buyer intake form, which if you need it, let me know. Then you go to your MLS and you put in front of the buyer their criteria, and you see how many homes come up. And we look through the list to see, hey, do any of these appeal to you? Now, they may have come to you to see a particular home that in the buyer consult, part of that is having your lender on standby. And so if they find out that they don't qualify for that home, guess what? You're not showing it. Okay, this is putting you in the driver's seat. It's putting you in a very professional situation. Anyway, you want to look back to that. What was I going to say about that? Hubby and wife. Many times hubby and wife have different wants and needs. And so when you pull up their criteria on the MLS and you turn your laptop toward them so that they can see, then you'll get agreement before you even go out. And we know that you become kind of like a marriage counselor in that, but we're going to dig deeper into that in the group coaching. All right, but I want to make sure you understand that you're not in the business of showing homes, right? You're not, because quite frankly, when I was an agent, I had a couple ladies who were always out showing homes. They worked the duty. When a phone call came in, they were so excited and they were showing homes, but they never got any deals, rarely got deals. And you're not in the business of showing homes. You're in the business of helping those who are true buyers getting their home, okay? So we need to protect ourselves, stop wasting gas, stop wasting time, all right? So you could think of it as you're not about helping people view homes, right? You are about helping people find home, okay? People need to find home. Okay, that's what you're doing. And no, Katie, it's not on my website. It's for my clients. But if you're watching me, let me know that you want it, and then I'm happy. And actually, you signed up for group coaching, so you will definitely get it. All right. Now, today is part 2. Here we go. When you're showing homes, #1, if they request to see a home that does not meet their criteria, do you just show it? Or do you dig a little deeper? My recommendation is that you call them. You say, hey, Susie and John, whoever you're talking to, I'm looking over your buyer intake and you're asking to see 123 Main Street, but it doesn't have this, or it's not in the location. So I'm happy to show it to you. Believe me, I'm not saying to be adversarial ever. You want to always be the helpmate of them. But it is fine for you to be a professional and say, what am I missing? I just want to make sure I understand. Have your criteria changed? Okay. You could even ask them to drive by and make sure that they want to go inside. Okay. And the other thing that you want to share with your buyers as you are showing them houses is that, hey, if we pull up to a home and you know that it's not one that you're excited to go see, then let me know, because you're not going to offend me. It's very important, because you might think, well, of course they'd tell me that. No, they will think, okay, I'm going to let my agent do her job in showing me the house that I asked to see. So make sure you share that with them. And then when you're in the home, you want to play a game, okay? You want to tell them that at the end of the showing, you're going to be asking them to rate the home 1 through 10. And if they have little kids, I always had a little basket of color crayons, or a slinky or something that they could play with. And then I'd say to them, I want you to tell me if you like this home, yes or no, when we're done seeing it. And I always, of course, let the kids stay in the room that we were in and follow us around. But anyway, the other thing, and then at the end you say, all right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how does this home rate for you? And then you be quiet and let them talk. 7 or higher, 7 to 8 is kind of like really good, because when you are sitting with them in the initial consult, remember, you're telling them that there is no perfect home. Even at $1 million plus, there is no perfect home. Even if you build, unless you have an unlimited budget, there's no perfect home. You want to set that expectation right up front. And so anything that's an 8 or a 9, or sometimes even a 7, depending on what they rate the other homes, could be the one for them, right? Because maybe it's due to budgetary restrictions at this time, they're going to forego the garage, or they're going to forego the basement, or they're going to deal with a non-open floor plan this time, because they know that this is what they can afford right now, okay? So that's how you're going to help them kind of narrow things down and help them to really focus on the home buying, home shopping process as being one where they feel empowered to share with you as their trusted advisor what they really feel about it. Okay, so let's go back to some very practical, because these are mini trainings. So I want to share with you the very practical, the best things that I can share with you. So let's say you've taken some buyers out 2 or 3 times, and they're either negative or they're just like afraid to pull the trigger. They're just not doing it. Then what you do is you bring back that buyer intake form. You always have that with you when you are showing your buyer houses. That buyer intake form will have all their criteria written down and prioritized, so that you can say, gosh, we've gone out twice, and I've shown you these homes that for the most part met this criteria, and you're not ready to buy. So as your advocate, I need to ask you, what do you think is going to change? Or what do you wait? I'm sorry, I'm having a hot flash. What do you think is going to change? Or what's the hesitation? Because I need to understand whether your criteria has changed, if you want to raise the budget, if you want to look out farther because your money goes farther when we go outside of the city, for example. Because it's your job to inquire, to make them, remember, your job is to help your buyers get a home they love, right? To buy a home, okay? Sorry, I was getting a call over here. But that's your job, to help your buyer get a home. So if you just keep letting them pull you around, you're not really helping them. So you use that buyer intake form, you have it with you. And remember from last time, I said that you give it to them too, so that they can be focused, because some buyers are all over the place, right? How many times have you taken a buyer out and they're all over the place? They ask to be on the east side of town, then they say the west side of town. Then, yeah. And it's like, if you don't get a hold of it, you're going to be confusing the buyer. And that is a huge disservice, as I'm sure you understand, right? So you want to regroup with them. And let me tell you something. You can regroup with them on a phone call, on a Zoom, right? If you know about Zoom or a FaceTime, or, you know, like I said, a conversation or a face-to-face in person or Zoom. Ladies, we're entering a new decade. We need to up our game. We need to up our professionalism. So using Zoom or FaceTime your client is going to set you apart, and getting face-to-face is going to demonstrate to them that you are a true professional. Okay? All right. So I want to go back to the time when you had the initial consult with them, and they wanted to see 123 Main Street. And so you're at that initial consult, and then you went and saw 123 Main Street. They didn't like it. And then what do you do after that? Okay, because this is very, very important to solidify you as the choice for their buyer's agent. Okay, so I recommend that you text them as soon as you're done. You've said goodbye, they're gone. You text them, and maybe even a personal video. Hey, we just left each other. I just want to let you know I'm so excited to work with you. I'm so excited to help you find your home, right? Do you know how different that is? How many people do it? Nobody. Okay, this is the new decade. You're going to do things that speak to a very personal relationship. Okay, and on that video text, okay, if everybody likes video, you're going to say, starting tomorrow, I'm going to send you my 3-day buyer series. So every day I'm going to be texting you a short 90-second video that is going to help you through this buying process. All right, how excellent is that? Okay, so I'm going to share with you what some of these 3-day buyer series could be. It could be the year in review. Okay, so like tonight you could make a video, 2019 year in review in insert name of town. And that could be day one is your, you know, the like kind of a market in review. Or it could be millennial buyer tips. And remember, millennials are from 19 or 20 all the way, or no, I'm sorry, 24, I'm sorry. It's 24 to 39, 24 to 39. And by the way, every statistic says that they are the biggest buyers, okay, the largest percentage. So you might want to think about that. How do millennials want to be, spoken to? How they want to be cared for, right? Or a first-time home buyer tip, right? So you're making these videos on your phone, 90 seconds or less, and you're keeping them as a favorite so that whatever applies to the particular buyer, you're sending them a series. So it could be a millennial buyer tips, and you break it up into 3 days. Or first-time home buyer, break it up into 3 days. Relocating to Boston, Massachusetts, or relocating to insert name of town. Day one, you're going to be sharing with them what's great about living there. And day two, you're going to share about the average days on market and the average list price to sales price so that they understand that the average home gets under contract at 98% to list, whatever. Okay. And then day three could be the importance of, you know, of a great home inspector, and you have and title company or closing company. See, just giving you some ideas. Or all about Boston, or all about Richmond, Virginia. And so day one, you're talking about restaurants. And day two, you're talking about parks. And day three, you're talking about, I don't know how, you know, it's hip and what you can do maybe from a, oh my gosh, I can't think, like orchestra and that kind of thing. But it's really it's you being yourself and sharing with them a 3-day video series pertinent to them. Okay, so everything I'm mentioning, you should be doing videos on, because if you're not doing video, you're going to be left behind. And instead, we want you to be ahead of the pack, right? All right, neighborhood videos, of course. Choose some different, you know, first-time homebuyer neighborhoods and do a 3-day on that. Do some upgraded neighborhoods and do a 3-day series on that. Do some downgrading, so the 55 and plus, so that you can pull these videos and text them, or you can email them, whatever. You can put them on YouTube and do these kinds of things. But whatever kind of buyer you're working with, you have a pertinent 3-day series. Are you guys liking this? I mean, is this crazy amazing, right? You could do a 3-day buyer series, how to prepare to buy, community events, okay, but you get the idea, okay? And so you're sending them these videos. You are sending them to your website to hopefully have them to put their search on your website so that they can get off of Zillow, so that they don't, you know, get them off of Zillow, get them off of realtor.com and onto your website. So make sure your website has IDX. Anytime you're going to go see them, you text them a confirmation. And after the appointment, you text them emails. And that's why, again, in the group coaching, you're going to get all this, all the emails. How about a buyer's guide? You know, you should email them a buyer's guide in your town. And they don't have to be, you know, elaborate, ladies. Okay, it doesn't have to be elaborate. And if you're, again, if you're in the group coaching, you'll get it. So I want to talk with you now about just psychology, right? When you're working with a buyer, many times buyers are hesitant to commit to an agent for many reasons. But I'm going to say most of the time, it's probably because some agents caused the buyer to have a stigma. Their mother told them, you know, the buyer sold me the house and never talked to me again, the buyer's agent. Or, you know, somebody at work says, oh my gosh, my agent sucked. Okay. So we're up against it, right, ladies? We're up against it. And so it's very important that when we're talking to a buyer or a seller, that we are very focused on them and unattached to the outcome. And I'm going to explain that more in the group coaching. I really, really encourage you to do it. I made it as cheap as I could. Don't be attached to the outcome. When we are attached to the outcome, whether we're the buyer or a seller, we appear desperate, we appear salesy, and that is exactly the opposite of what you want to do, right? So it's imperative that you separate yourself from the outcome and instead just totally be about the buyer or the seller. In this case, we're talking about the buyer. Some of the things that you can share about would be how I'm different. Well, I have a plan for my buyers because I have a checklist that I go through to make sure that you know everything about the process. Because right now, if you're renting, you are paying someone's mortgage. My goal is to help you start paying your own mortgage and become, you know, a homeowner as opposed to paying someone else's mortgage. But what can they expect in you that's different? Well, I have a plan for my buyers. Other agents, if you call them, they'll meet you at the house and show you the house. They don't even know anything about you. But you see, when I called you in here, I have the buyer intake form, right? So I understand. We've looked at listings together on my MLS. I understand what you told me you're looking for. And guess what? If you identify, this is me as an agent talking to a buyer. If we can't find you a home that is, quote, good enough for you to write an offer on, and you tell me, I love the such and such neighborhood, guess what? I'm excited to help you get in that neighborhood, and I will knock on doors. And maybe I'll find someone who is thinking about selling. It's happened before. It happens. And so that's my level of commitment to you, Jane and Susie, or, you know, John and Henrietta, you know, whatever the names are, Susie and John. My commitment to you is that you tell me the neighborhood you want to be in, and if you get qualified for that price, I'll knock on doors. How many agents are doing that? Also, because I'm connected here, I have access to homes that are either pocket listings, if your market allows pocket listings, and coming soon. So I can get you in there before competition ensues, right? So again, I actually have a plan for you. So we have covered a lot today, and it's 12:30. I have about 5 minutes for questions. If anyone has questions, this is, I hope, amazing, just little tweaks, okay? Little tweaks. When I was an agent, when I was getting started, I had a coach. And the coach was all about, nice guy company with a guy coach. And he was very great. He was nice. He was fine. But I said, I'm going to be a coach one day because this isn't comfortable for me. I'm from corporate and I'm more, I don't want to say I'm more man than woman, but I'm more like rough, street smart. So I could take it. But many times women come to me and they say, you know what? I need a woman coach because you understand that I don't want to knock on doors. You understand that it's not about the numbers for me. It's about a full life. I want to be excited about life. I forgot who I am, kind of thing. I forgot who I am. I try and it's not working. I need help. And that's what I do. And so it's exciting to be able to help women to have a good whole life as opposed to just focusing on the business. Funny thing is that when you focus on making the business surrounding what you actually like, the world opens up. The world opens up and everything is much better. So let me see. Bonnie, Lynn, Charlotte, Kelly, how are you? Joni and Therese and Joanna and Karen. Any questions? Kate, Rosalie, Stephanie, Happy New Year, Leah. I don't see any questions, but I know there's a delay, so I'm just going to wait. Okay, Rachel says, I'm a brand new agent as of December 2019. Wow, congrats. I really want 2020 to be successful and go all in. What's your best recommendation for me? Well, that is a very loaded question. My best recommendation to you, Rachel, is to jump in to the group coaching because we're covering every aspect, right? Every aspect of becoming a successful agent. So that's my best recommendation for you, and it's economical. $249 now, $249 next month. It's an investment in you. It's not like wasting money buying a shirt or buying a necklace or something. This is an investment in you. It's a tax write-off. But my best recommendation secondarily to that, Rachel, would be to figure out who you are and who you want to serve, right? Figure out who you are in terms of how I want to put myself out there. For me, I'm a woman coach, okay? I only coach women real estate agents. Interestingly enough, many men come to me and I don't get it, okay? And I say, gosh, I wish I could help you, but I don't help men. I mean, nothing against you, but I'm a woman coach. So I like to wear pink. As you'll see me from 2020 on, I'm going to wear pink, white, or bling sparkle. So I'm so excited. Like, that's me. I'm going to go dig all in. I'm going to turn the volume up. That's my biggest recommendation. Why, Rachel, and all you other ladies, is because every market, be it cosmopolitan, metropolitan Manhattan, all the way to the farm country, we all have way too many agents in our markets, right? And so if you want to stand out, you have to turn the volume up on who you are, okay? And you want to brand yourself in that way that you want to be, as opposed to your broker, okay? And your brokers customarily will want you to use RE/MAX listing presentation or Coldwell Banker listing presentation, okay? But then what if you're up in a listing presentation against another person in your brokerage? How's that going to work? No, you have to brand yourself. So that's my second best recommendation. I hope that helps. Yes, Brandy, I will send that to you. Any other questions? Let's see. I hope that helps, Rachel. Let me tell you something, Rachel, and all you awesome ladies watching, either live or on the replay. I can tell you right now, real estate is an amazing, amazing business. Amazing business. I want to tell you a quick story because I think that it's imperative that you understand the opportunity that we have, right? So I had this awesome client who moved into my neighborhood when I was an agent in the business 2 years. And she had 3 kids, a set of twins, and I'm a twin. So I just had an affinity for her. She seemed a little overwhelmed. Well, I helped them buy a house. I actually showed them a house on Christmas Day in the morning, believe it or not. They actually ended up buying the house. The reason I had to show it to them on a Christmas Day was because they were renting, and Christmas Eve, they got a ding ding knock on the door and an eviction letter because from the landlord from the homeowner's mortgage company, because the homeowner had been taking their rent and not paying the mortgage. So they had to be out in a week. It was crazy. Anyway, so I helped them find a house. Well, a year and a half later, she called me bawling her eyes out because I stayed in touch. And she said, such and such cheated on me. We're getting divorced. I'm freaking out. I have 3 young kids. What do I do? Well, I had started a team, and I said, okay, come on my team. I mentored her, okay? I mentored her, and she ended up making 6 figures. You know, the neat thing about it is that she wasn't a salesperson. And that's the thing, ladies. You don't have to be a salesperson. So many women say, I don't want to be salesy. Guess what? If you are fearful of being salesy, then you're being salesy, okay? So you have to just know that you're awesome. Know that the experience you give your buyers and sellers is one that is just that, an experience. And so you're different, because then when you reach out to people to help them, you're truly reaching out to help them, and you're not reaching out to them to sell them something, right? That's being disconnected from the outcome, okay? So the beautiful thing about it is, why I'm saying this is that, think about that. That single mom had a background in psychology. She was a counselor. And she was like, oh my gosh, if I go back to be a counselor, how am I going to deal with my little kids? And secondarily, and even equally important, is, oh my gosh, how would I make enough money to make ends meet? And so there she is now, making 6 figures, right? So, and her kids are teenagers now. So that's what I'm saying. Understand that you're one decision away from an amazing life, from an amazing year. And I'm all about harmonizing your career with the rest of your life, okay? And not being a workaholic. So let's see if there's any other questions. Oh, Brandy, you're sweet. Rachel, you should do it. I recently did one of her video coaching, and it changed my real estate game. She's very inspiring, and you'll learn a lot. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. I love what I do. And as Kathy Salinas says, I hope you do too. All right, definitely can't wait to begin coaching. Yay, Carol, excellent. Bonnie, no questions. I have several new buyers, and I plan on using your buyer intake form rather than winging it. Woohoo! Yay, Bonnie. Yolanda, can't overcome a client that she'll just know when she walks in if it's the one. After many showings, just wants to feel them out. High dollar. All right, Yolanda. Yolanda, let me chat with you real quick. 12:38, so I just have a few more minutes here. So Yolanda says that can't overcome a client that says she'll just know when she walks in if it's the one. And she's high dollar. So Yolanda, with all due respect, you're approaching it letting your client be the boss, okay? You cannot let your client be the boss. Of course, they're going to be the decision maker, but you're the boss, meaning you're the professional. Hey, if I have cancer, I'm going to seek out the best oncologist because I want the best outcome. So this woman is your client, Yolanda, so it's up to you to pull her in and maybe go to her present house, wherever she lives, and have that buyer intake form, which I'll give you because you're requesting it, of course, right? And you're going to say, you know what, Susie? I want to make sure that I get you the house that you fall in love with, right? Understanding that we've seen X number and none are going to be perfect, right? So we understand that. Even if your budget's 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, it's not going to be perfect, okay? Unless you build a custom home. Are you ready to build a custom home, Susie? If Susie says no, then you say, you know what? I have this buyer intake form that we're going to review. Because at the end of this, we're going to go to the MLS and we're going to pull up homes that are active. And we're going to see which ones you want to see, which ones we've already seen. Because if it's in a higher price bracket, there probably aren't that many. And then we're going to do those same things and we're going to look at what has sold in the last 6 months. And Susie, would you have bought any of these Because if Susie says, I wouldn't have bought any of those, then what's Yolanda going to have to say to the client? Susie, we either have to raise your budget or adjust your expectations, right? Because unless you, Yolanda, are ready to just indefinitely be showing houses, okay, that's being very connected to the outcome, right? Because maybe this person is not going to buy. Do you have the pre-approval? Do you have the proof of funds if they're paying cash, right? So I hope that helps, Yolanda. Please let me know, okay? And an engineer. Oh, wow. Hey, yay, Yolanda, that's awesome, because if she's an engineer, he, whoever it is, then they're going to love your buyer intake. And then you bring 2 copies, or you take a picture of it and text them a copy so that they can look at it. The power is in the documenting what they say they want, making sure you have proof of funds or a pre-approval letter to that price range, and that you are showing them what houses have already sold or are active to see if they would buy any of those. All right? How does that sound? All right, let's see. Okay, yes, Joni, I will definitely do that. Where can I find your buyer intake form? Ladies, give me your emails, and don't actually message me your email, okay? Don't put them on here, just message me your email. All right, ladies, I'm so excited about 2020. If you are excited about 2020 and you want to be unstoppable, can you please say unstoppable? Say, I'm unstoppable. And I want you to wait right here. I want to show you something. So wait right here. These were from I'm Unstoppable, from the She's Unstoppable Live conference from April of this year. And guess what? We're having another one, April 14th in Richmond. You've got to come. It's freaking amazing. And then, but look, right? I'm unstoppable. And maybe I'll mail you one of these. All right? I don't know. I don't know how many I have left, but go ahead. I'm unstoppable. Put I'm unstoppable in the comments, please. What do you find is the best way to keep buyers' properties straight in their head after viewing multiple properties? Okay. What I recommend is that you, as the agent, you have an ongoing list of homes that you've seen, and you be the stenographer, okay? That you write down their comments in the homes, okay? Because we have to up our games, ladies. It's a new decade, okay? And with these, we have to, with these fly-by-night, quick, I don't know, buy without, I can't even think, the buy without seeing it stuff that's happening. Let me tell you something. We have to show our value, right? We have to show our value. So that's one way to show our value. Who is writing I'm unstoppable? Shimei, Joni, Rachel, Heather, Rachel, Joanna, Jemay, Katie, Nicole. Nicole wants to know when we'll be able to sign up for the conference. You can sign up right now. Go to she'sunstoppablelive.com and register. she'sunstoppablelive.com. Because guess what? The price is $199. It's a one-day event, but we're having something the night before, and I'm planning a training the day after. So let me tell you something. 2020 is going to be amazing. Stick with me, ladies, because I am serious about helping thousands of women take the top spots, and not just in the reports that come out, like the annual reports. I mean top spot in your life, that you feel successful, right? If you want to close 12 deals next year, then if you reach the 12, you're successful, right? You don't have to be, I have to do 100. Oh, I'm poopy because, the top agent in my office sold 100. Okay. But are they getting divorced? Are they stressed out? Are they an alcoholic? Okay. One of my friends was an alcoholic back in my former market, and Thankfully, she went to AA and everything, and she said, Jan, you wouldn't believe how many agents were in that AA meeting. Sad, right? We don't want to look left and look right and think that we have to be the top agent. We just have to meet our level of success. Can't stop, won't stop. Nancy, woohoo! All right, you guys are so fun. You can tell I love what I do. And let's see, I'm gonna just do last call for question. Bonnie, January is already looking good. I love being unstoppable. See you in April. Yeah. I track homes and comments. Bonnie does. Great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Lashankita, Faith, and Carol. All right. Can't stop, won't stop. Amanda Hill. Okay. Let me turn this off. Sorry, ladies. Somebody was calling. All right. Happy New Year. Love you, ladies. And I look forward to being with you and helping you in 2020. Please go ahead and sign up for the group coaching. It's coachjancopeland.com /hybrid-group-coaching. I'll put it in here in each of these. Okay. Love you, ladies. Bye. And I'm ending on that one. And ending on that one.